Hello. Been a been a hot minute, huh? Since we streamed. It's been honestly, it's been a rough week. A week and a half even. Let me check that's working. Why is it muted? Okay. What about this? That's working. Oh no. Why did I click that? One second. Give me a minute. Okay. Hello YouTube. Hello Twitch. Let me give him a cat jam. In celebration of coming back. Why is that messed up? Why is my message highlighted? Everything is not working. No. Is that just... Oh, it's highlighted by default. Oh, I know why it's broken now. Minute. Oh. I'll fix it. Just give me a second. I was not ready. I lost all my streaming skills, I guess. It's been so long. I opened the wrong window. Okay, mute that. Pop up this window. I was wondering why my filter for the chat was wrong. Okay. Now this window, now I need to capture that window. So close this. It's still capturing a non-existent window. How? How is it? Oh, okay, it switched. So annoying. Okay. We have the right window now. Let me... everything's fucked. Okay. So if I send the can't jam again. Okay. It's fixed. Crisis averted. Anyway, it's been a while, huh? We're back in it. What was I saying? Oh no, my window disappeared. In this. Where was I? Last stream ended and I was planning to stream immediately after. Just finish the Hunter x Hunter chapters so we could move on and maybe do something else. But life had different plans for me. The day of, like a day or two after last stream, I was preparing to start the stream. I noticed that I didn't have the latest or a couple of the official chapters of Hunter x Hunter. I had the TCB scans and I was reading those at the moment and I never fetched the officials. So, small issue. Yeah, I'll just go and fetch the official chapters and add them to my reading app. So I'm using this... one second. Send me here. So I'm using this app that lets me read the manga. It's nice. I can read it from right to left. Sad part is I can't zoom in though. I wish it had the functionality to zoom in. But anyway, I'm using this app. It's a nice app. Or so I thought. I was going to start the stream. What was I saying? God damn. I forgot where I was. Oh man, I'm crashing. I want to restart the stream. I want to restart the stream. So bad. Anyway, uh, point is, I fetched the new chapters. I put them in my app. For some reason, they don't show up. So I thought, hey, let me just restart the app. Obviously, that's just gonna solve the issue. Just turn it off and turn it back on again. Yeah, makes sense, right? I opened the app and all my manga is gone. My entire library has just been deleted. And basically I crash out. I start cursing at all of technology and I have the manga for Hunter x Hunter locally. So, let me turn down the music a little bit. Like, I have all the manga locally. Yeah, I could have continued reading it, but I have a lot of manga saved on this app, and I didn't want to lose them. So I started trying to fetch the manga, and eventually, for some reason, I had to restart my PC for a Chrome update or something, and not a Chrome update, a Windows update, and I opened the app and all my manga is back. So that's where I've been. Oh, that's at least how I've lost the first couple of days. In that time period, I started also working on my, let me show you, on my app an extension that fixes the freaking subscription that I mentioned before, because I don't like the subscription the way they're doing it. Let me just turn it off, refresh. Since YouTube literally deleted the ability to use the list function, now the subscription box looks like the home page, and it's terrible. And I've started working on my extension to fix this. And one more thing is, I'm trying to add this is, where is it? Where was I? I had a specific, yeah, there you go. Ignore me. I'm also working on an extra button here that allows you to basically remove an entire channels from your subscription box. You're like, hey, that's dumb. If you want to remove a channel from your subscription box, all you have to do is unsubscribe, right? Wrong. Because you see, YouTube has introduced these collaboration crap into your subscription box. Like, I'm not subscribed to whatever channel this is, Bang Burn thing, but I'm subscribed to like one other channel that's doing this collaboration thing. And I really don't enjoy this. So I'm trying, it's not functional right now, it doesn't do anything, but I want to do something with it to somehow fetch the name of the channel and automatically filter out all of these items from the list. But it's weird because sometimes it will have this name and something more, but if it's only like two channels like this one, like I'm not subscribed to In Good Faith, but I'm subscribed to Philip DeFranco. In Good Faith with Philip DeFranco and Philip DeFranco? It's getting more complicated by the second. I thought I'd fetch the name from here and be somehow easy to filter them out. Man, this is so complicated. I mean, I guess I could just filter them all out by detecting the images, because if you have a collaboration, it will display both images of the channels, which I can detect it by that, but I need a good way to filter out these channels that I'm not subscribed to that keep showing up in my subscription box. Whatever. Man, fuck technology. It's not even technology, really. It's kind of capitalism. Goddamn capitalism ruining everything. Old man shakes his fist at sky for capitalism. Hey, on the bright side of capitalism, we're at 49 subscriptions. Thank you. We got a new sub since the last stream, so welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. But yeah, that's enough of that. Other than that, I was sick for a couple of days, so that's another 2 days gone. And after I was sick, my toilet broke. My toilet seat just decided, hey, I'm just gonna turn into dust. It basically started wobbling so much right and left, and I was afraid I'm gonna get a second circumcision. So I spent an entire day just trying to remove the toilet seat because it was completely stuck. One of the bolts, the metal bolts tying the seat, was completely corroded, and I had to cut the metal. Cutting metal with metal is not easy and not fun. So I spent an entire day just cutting the fucking toilet seat out. And after that, after all of that, I go to the shop. I ask them, hey, can I get a replacement toilet seat for this? And guess what? They don't have it in stock. They don't have a seat that works for a good replacement for my seat. So now it's been like 3 days and I've been toilet seatless. Man, it's been a fun week. Anyway, so that's why I haven't been streaming for a while. Anyway, enough complaining. Where was I? I fixed the stream layout a little bit. Now you have YouTube chat. So yeah, the chat is on screen. If you're chatting and your chat doesn't show up on screen, you know why. It's not me, it's YouTube somehow, for some reason, filtering out your messages. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's just... actually, before we start reading Hunter x Hunter, this is gonna be the last stream of reading Hunter x Hunter before, other than when the new chapters come out, and who knows when that's gonna happen. So if you have any recommendation of what you want me to what do you want to see me read next, that'd be write them down in the comments, and I'll take a look and consider them. Personally, I think maybe reading Berserk next might be a good idea. It's just, I don't know how I'm going to show it on screen. I haven't read Berserk. I'm still a Berserk version. I haven't read anything from it. Maybe just chapter 1, I think. Other than that, I haven't read anything else. But I do know that it gets dark and that there's a lot of not safe for work, just from the first chapter that I've seen. I know that I probably can't show that on screen. So if we do end up reading Berserk next, I guess I'll have to just show the number or which chapter and what page we're on. Because I genuinely don't think we can get away with just reading it on stream without touching on the community guidelines and TOS and stuff. So maybe we'll do Berserk, maybe we'll do something else. If you have any recommendations, please feel free to share them. Anyway, let's get started. We've been dilly-dallying for long enough. 14 minutes of yapping. Oh man, I completely botched the intro for the chapter. For the stream, I mean. Anyway, uh, let's read. Chapter 406, Regalia. Am I on the right scene? Yeah. Chapter 406, Regalia. This is a tight squeeze. We've been weaving between gaps of the building. Oh yeah, Nobunaga, I'll keep your sword for you when I head back. I gave you official IDs, but the military won't turn a blind eye to such an obvious weapon. What? Why am I singled out? Dude, I just made this. I'm not going. I just made this? Made the sword? Wait, he conjured the sword? Is he a conjurer? Listen, will you? Yours is the only obvious one. Makeshift fake anyway. Okay, it is conjured sword, okay. But it is fake, as Phaeton points out. Okay, it's up to you, but Tier 2 has a lot of young, inexperienced soldiers. They may just shoot you. Unexperienced soldiers. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Togashi does not miss a single detail, huh? That the inexperienced people will probably be around the higher tiers, the more rich people. Meanwhile, just like in Attack on Titan, the really experienced people will go out of the wall, and the people in the middle walls are very inexperienced and live very cushy lives. Anyway, Hatch, from here on out, things will be a bit rough. Man, this breed is wild. I know I went through the trouble of fetching the official chapters, and guess what? The TCB scans just look so much more. What happened here? App. The app is. Okay, there you go. The TCB looks so much more clean in comparison. Anyway, we're next to the Hall of the Black Whale. Keep climbing these stairs and you will get to the top of Tier 2. Near the hall, so these are the impact dampeners. It's gotta be really rough to like walk in these stairs. This is like the area where the impact is like being dampened and cushioned. I imagine at the center it will be more stable, and at the outer edges, this is where you would feel the impact. Would probably knock you off your feet, and there's no railing on this stairway. I mean, they're the Phantom Troop. Oh, this guy is very smart. He's not a Phantom Troop member, so he knows to stick close to the wall. Meanwhile, Phaeton and Nobunaga are just edging it. BU takes me back, just like the cesspit back home. Oh yeah, it smells terrible, probably because this is where they dispose of fecal matter. It's dripping with waste products from the 200,000 souls on board. Recycling and sewage treatment facilities are between tiers 4 and 5, so tier 5 is below the sewers. Okay. Cha-R and Chi-Yu manage the treatment plants? That's right. Things are convenient when you're the one handling the trash. But the actual work is left to the subcontractors, and running that is left to underlings. Right? Wait, is that a proper sentence? Now what? Let's go to the TCB scans. But you're leaving the actual work to subcontractors and the grunts to oversee it, isn't that so? So that's what I expected, yeah. And running that is left to underlings. It's not English, is it? Right? They won't report to you every time subcontractors change. Are you saying that, hey Lee, now that I got a reason to turn back? So what he's saying is the actual people disposing of the trash is not actual like the heads of the mafia or their underlings. It is like the grunts, the people you don't pay much attention to, like the guy who wants the autograph from the Phantom Troop. But there's a flaw in that, isn't there? Because if you are disposing of really important material that you want to make sure stays disposed of, you would probably put someone really important in charge of doing that job. Like you would send Henrik or Kenny Wang to make sure something is disposed of properly. But handling the day-to-day normal stuff is probably the underling's job. That's what he means. Okay, so he wants to go back and confront whoever is usually in charge of the disposal of waste. Okay, replace the waste treatment personnel and they're free to kill all they want. Pretend to be the employment agency and lure a whole mass of prey there. Call it interview. Take each one to separate room. Assembly line. The rest. Being with you guys make me think I'm a model citizen. Okay, I'm heading back. I'll ask him stuff if I find him. Good luck. Sure. Got any tips for us regarding their hideout? Okay, I'm thinking something about this guy's like comments. Being with you guys make me think I'm a model citizen. Like he is very likely involved with the Haley, just like Kenny Wang, right? He and Kenny Wang probably work with Morena. Yet he should be possibly aware of all of this, yet he's pretending that he is not. But that's not what I was thinking initially. Initially, what I was thinking is about Togashi's exposition using this guy, is that the way he's using him to like highlight how messed up the way the Phantom Troop thinks and operates. And honestly, I don't think I like it that much. Like if you just left the reader himself to like piece that together, like how messed up what they're saying is by themselves, instead of pointing it out to the reader. Just a teeny tiny little nitpick. But yeah, or is there something more? I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, I'm heading back. I'll ask him stuff if I find them. Good luck. Sure. Got any tips for us regarding their hideout? Nobunaga is asking. Finks is asking Nobunaga. Yeah, the guy protecting it is a counter type. Attack him and you'll trigger some invincible nonsense. So be careful. Once activated, Nendals that look like security robots will warp you away. The door between rooms A and B in the floor plan I gave you is the warp point to tier 3. The door between rooms A and B in the floor plan I gave you is the warp point to tier 3. To tier 3? Oh, he must have made a diagram of the room that he was teleported into. And he's telling him, hey, between A and B. That's where... that's the teleportation. Because... yeah, when the security guards grabbed onto him and made him... and forced him into the door that they opened, where the Haley members were sitting and lounging. So if they stepped into the door, they would get teleported back to tier 3. And that's what happened to Nobunaga. He got captured by them and then got pulled into the door, not sent away, which is what I was imagining in my head initially. Okay, shouldn't you have told us that first? So we can't attack at all. Let them attack first. Legit self-defense should be okay. True. None of the guys actually attacked them before they got... before Henrik threw knives at them and Nobunaga used his aura sword. Okay, let's continue. The tracker is turned back into a tracker. And I guess nobody checked, because nobody seems to be finding it. It's weird. So what they said is 20 minutes until the tracker is reverts back, right? Was it 20 minutes or 2 hours? It's been a long time since the tracker has been in their base, and they haven't found the base yet. At least we think. At least that's what these panels imply. Maybe now we will cut over, and in a new chapter it'll be like, oh yeah, they're all already dead because the Phantom Troop found them. But then the tracker turns back into its original form, and we'll resume the scene from there. But no, I assume this means that the tracker is they've lost their time limit before the tracker, before they found the beast. I'm fumbling over my words, man. Anyway, it's getting really crowded. They're here to send off Hulkenberg. He was popular with the people. Where's Lynch? She had something to do back at the office. So Lynch is dead. This guy is not. And the Haley got away last time when the military intervened. Next time we see them, catch them, and have Lynch make them talk. The Haley got away last time when the military intervened. Okay. Catch them and have Lynch make them talk. Ask them about their own traps is the most efficient ways. Ask them about their own traps is the most efficient way. Henrik. He did not dispose of that body properly. We found her during our final sweep ahead of the funeral procession. We knew she was Shiyu, so we contacted you first. Thanks. Yeah, because these people are officially mafia, yeah. A complete cervical fracture. This guy knew what to do and did it fast. He's a pro. A war has broken out. A Haley hitman probably got her. Haley, which is Kenny Wang's group, and he's a Shiyu. Okay. Henry is a Shiyu. Okay. I'll take care of the body, so don't write it up. No, Haley is the Morena. Man, I forgot everything. Just to clarify, you split with Lynch after Hisoka left, right? Yeah, he knocked us both out. If Hisoka did it, he would have killed us both. He would have killed both of us then. True. What if Lynch went after Hisoka on her own? No, I would have been able to tell. She's really transparent that way. In fact, I had just woken up and I was woozy. But thinking back, Lynch was uncharacteristically calm. So I this is something I was thinking about when not Nobunaga. Benolonov was impersonating someone. Can he really impersonate someone with their mannerisms properly? I guess not. This guy is Mr. Z guy seems to have somewhat noticed. She wasn't the type to be worried about my well-being right after someone knocked her out. Someone else. What? If Lynch was someone else? What? The real Lynch was already dead, and if the one who woke you up was someone else. I was gonna say, hey, if the autopsy shows that she was actually dead longer than she actually was, but this is probably within the same day that all of this happened. So a couple of hours of difference maybe isn't that easy to like immediately realize. And they probably didn't do an autopsy, they immediately contacted Henrik. Unless Henrik is can do that sort of autopsy himself, he wouldn't be able to tell if she was killed a few hours earlier. And if the one who woke you up was someone else, you're saying someone was disguised as Lynch? Maybe? If that was Hisoka, why would he do that? Wait, what? I don't get it. That wasn't Lynch? Hisoka was disguised as her? No, he's much taller than her. Oh wait, Lynch and I were just talking about that. It would make more sense if she were being manipulated. True, I've never met anyone who can change their height. Which Benolanov could, because he transforms into Hisoka. But if Hisoka was a manipulator, what's the point of getting her to wake up just to tell you she was going back to the office? If she had disappeared without a word, we'd have to think of all sorts of possibilities. Wouldn't that be better from the enemy's perspective? Well, maybe he wanted to box us in. If she had disappeared without a word, we'd have to think of all sorts of possibilities, like maybe she's betraying them, maybe she's working with someone else. Well, maybe he wanted to box us in. Box us in? Yeah, it's inconvenient to him if we think about all the possibilities, so he tried to limit our ideas. That would fit the manipulation theory. Tell me everything, she said. Maybe it'll give us a hint. Let's see, I heard her voice saying, wake up. She said, are you okay? And I was like, huh? And yeah, oh yeah, and then she clearly said, that was definitely Hisoka. That's it. That's definitely not Hisoka. That's what he wanted us to limit ourselves to. Wait, we were just saying Hisoka might have been Lynch. But then that wasn't Hisoka. Then who? It was someone else disguised as Hisoka. And they wanted you to think that they were Hisoka. Lynch found out Hisoka was a fake through her ability. That's why he silenced her. That's why he silenced her. That's again not English. Maybe we should be reading the TCB's scanulations. Lynch was killed because she saw through the fake Hisoka with her ability. And you were spared so that you could relay the lie that Hisoka was here. I'm not sure. I feel like these scans or these translations are quite rough. Maybe we should actually just switch to the TCB ones. You were left alive to tell us the rest of that, to tell the rest of us that you found Hisoka, not realizing it wasn't actually him. Well, we'll stick to the official for now. A fake Hisoka manipulated her to trick me. Who would ever do something so complicated? That's where it's obvious. Well, obviously, the only person who would do something like that is the Phantom Troop. They're the only people who even know Nin and can do stuff like that. That's where it's obvious. This guy is looking for Hisoka and doesn't want us to interfere. If we found Hisoka first, the fake Hisoka figured we would hide the fact and give permission to their side to search for Hisoka in vain. And that is, in fact, what happened. But this deduction is based on an assumption. The facts are that you two found Hisoka and then someone killed Lynch. If it was the Phantom Troop, we'll have to go to war with Sha'ar too. If it's the Phantom Troop, yeah, because the Sha'ar are currently working with the Phantom Troop. It's not a fight we should start based on speculations, but we'll avenge her death, right? No matter who it was, of course. So this guy is willing to actually go up against the Phantom Troop, huh? And we get a nice shot of Kroll being depressed and contemplating. Wait, is he just reading? I guess he's just looking at his book. I mean, it works as both. He's always melancholic anyway. The funeral procession will be passing through shortly. We are expecting a massive crowd. Please remember, this is a respectful event. Do not run or push others. Please observe in silence. May 9th, Prince Hulkenberg, rest in peace. And we got the Skill Hunter book, which, if I remember correctly, this ability allows you to find your soulmate or find someone who's compatible with you, which is what Hisoka is currently searching for. He's searching for someone's ability to help him kill Hisoka. The person whose number you never called is not in. The person whose number you have called is not in this area. Not never. Where did I read never? Please try again later or in a different location. The number of calls you have left today is not even in this crowd. Come to think of it, it was the same at the Heavens Arena. Do I try somewhere else with this number, or do I loosen the restrictions a bit? Should I go... Excuse me. Should I go to tier 1 where they're in the middle of the succession battle? Even if it's riskier, there should be far more people with abilities hiding. The succession battle ritual bestows Nen abilities. They use those abilities and fight until there's a sole survivor. Used in this succession battle is Kakin's Regalia, the 3 sacred treasures I seek. So if the ability that he's looking for happens to be among the princes, or I guess it doesn't have to be just the princes, because they would have soldiers and servants that also have the ability he needs, just like Korabika, for example. And it could be someone like that Crawler can just easily yonk away. My thing that I wanted to say was that if you steal the ability from a prince, they're probably gonna die in no time, and you won't have the time to actually use that ability. But so, same thing with the servants, like, it's a bloodbath up in tier 1. Same thing could happen to any servant that he steals the ability from. Okay. Anyway, the ritual vase used for the succession battle participants, the seed urn. Okay, that's the thing that gives the people the parasitic nen beasts. The divine mummy, overseer of the succession battle, the lotus anchorite. Okay, overseer. I assume this is the thing that does the hands that catch you if you leave the area. The sword of ascension given to the next king. The sword of good omens. Good omens. Is that related to... Could it be that the ability of this sword is what allowed Rydnik to like survive from Theta's attack? Because imagine how lucky that his ability just allowed him to sense stuff in Zetsu and stuff. Could it be that it's somehow related? That it somehow bestowed a good omen upon Rydnik? Maybe some condition when you learn Nen in the succession battle, that this bestows a good omen upon you or something. and that's why he happened to develop his ability. A broken ass ability, by the way. Anyway, the royal family must have found out by now through the mafia that we're on board. They would never believe we were here just to look for Hisoka, and in fact, we are after their treasure too. Whether they keep all three together in one place or disperse the risk is up to Kakin, therefore. Oh, the treasures, the three treasures, okay. We thoroughly searched for Hisoka and the three treasures at the same time, from the bottom up. Since neither the mafia nor the military changed their moves much, even after they heard about us upstairs, it's significantly less likely they're in tiers 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, because they established they were stepping on people's buttons intentionally. They wanted to rile the mafia up. Remember the scene with Franklin and the guy with the cigarette? They intentionally revealed that they are going after the treasures. So to trigger the mafia and the military into action in case they ever sniff closely to where the treasure is hidden. So Crawler's like, hey, we've been all over tiers 3 through 5. And we haven't seen the mafia or the military act suspiciously yet. We haven't seen them change their movements and enhance defenses or apply some sort of misdirection. And that's how he figured out that they're definitely not on tiers 3 through 5. Okay. When I found out that Nin abilities were used in the succession battle and that the three treasures were involved, I knew. The three treasures are the system used to create the powerful Nin needed, not only for the succession battle, but to maintain the prosperity of Kakin itself. There must be a focal point, a funeral hall, where the treasures are enshrined, which means it has to be in tier 1. Okay, so the shrine, the funeral hall, where all the princes are buried, that is a real place on the ship. It's not a teleportation. Not to mention that Fugitsu's ability was mentioned that it can't open doors outside the ship. It just wouldn't open the door. I guess because the guardian beast wants to protect the prince, they don't want to open a door that will hurt the prince, Fugitsu. So it wouldn't open the door outside. Okay. There must be a focal point. It has to be in tier 1. Holy treasures, literally forming the root of Kakin prosperity, would be guarded more secretly than the king himself. The greatest prize to steal, they would undoubtedly satisfy the conditions required to upgrade Skill Hunter. Upgrade it is crazy. Having an ability that upgrades as you steal, which was revealed in this chapter. I remember when I read that. That's insane. So that's how he got the bookmark ability. He upgraded his Skill Hunter. Was that the effect of stealing from the mafia? That he can use a bookmark? And that's why they stole stuff from the mafia, huh? Okay. Skill Hunter. That's the wait. The king himself, the greatest prize to steal. They would undoubtedly require. Okay. That's the power I need to kill Hisoka for good this time, in order to steal such rare and powerful ability and put it in the book. I have to achieve stealing a national treasure level item before the usual activation conditions. Bro, this is insane. This is literally history in the making for Hunter x Hunter. Like, remember all of like the catacombs and stuff that Jin would discover. This is an active colony of humankind that is creating this Nen ability and these relics. It's like something you would read about in a history book about this ancient civilization that's been extinct, but we're actually living in the moment as this civilization exists. That's so cool. Damn. Okay. And that's another thing. Crawler reveals here that he's planning to steal the treasure first and then kill Hisoka. That's the power I need to kill Hisoka for good this time in order to steal such a rare and powerful ability. Yeah, he's going to steal the treasure so that he can upgrade his skill hunter, so he can steal an ability from one of the princes, so he can... Oh, so if he steals the treasures, could stealing them and dislodging them from their position break the ritual? Or could he need to break the ritual to even steal them? And that would free all the princes from the succession battle. I mean, I guess Benjamin still is gonna go for everyone's head, and so will Sridnik. And probably third prince. And Camilla is alive too. All of these people will probably still go ahead with the succession battle. But the rules governing the battle will disappear. Okay. And maybe even their spirit beasts will disappear. But I doubt that. That's probably something that has been activated and will be self-sustaining. Kind of like the king's Nen beast. The previous succession battle has probably ended, and the king's beast still exists. So yeah, he's going to have to break the succession battle to steal the treasure, to steal an ability from either a prince or one of the guards around the prince, to use it to kill Hisoka. That's a 4-step plan. That's Crawler's 4-step plan to get rid of Hisoka. Making the attempt carries a great risk. Going to tier 1 increases the chances that I'd run into Hisoka before I'm completely ready to fight. But that's not a big problem right now. It's getting hard to keep control over two conflicting emotions. I mustn't be impatient, but I can't wait forever. The next best option is already in place. The spiders will go on, even if I may die. That is what is worthy of awe, my design of the spiders. Bro's gone unhinged. The next best option is already in place. So he's designated a vice president, a follow-up, a person who will be the head after him of the spiders. Unlike last time where they didn't have a specific person designated as the next head. Who would it be? Nobunaga? Feitan? Maki? I could see Maki being described as the next head. I could see Maki, I could see Bakunoda would have been the next head, definitely. My design of the spiders. I mean, I don't know, it's not like the spiders are such a perfect bunch of people, because they had inside fighting. Sometimes they didn't want to follow your orders, sometimes they did, but not always. Anyway, we see Hulkenberg's funeral procession. We see the guys, Hulkenberg's servants. And oh, Right, we have the dragon symbol that resembles the thing from Brotherhood. From FMA. I don't remember what that means. If it even means anything. The person whose number you have called has been found, but is out of Nen range. Please change your coordinates and try again. The number of calls you have left today is so upstairs, as I thought. So just barely in range. That should tell him exactly how far away the person is, since he's just doing random searches. The moment he searches, but it is every day, and he's been on the ship for 3-4 days. Not 3 days, like 10 days at this point. That must have been a lot of searches. So I'm going to assume that the range is small. Smaller than you'd expect. But how small? How large could it be? Really? What was the size of the ship again? I don't remember. Like I thought, up there. The funeral procession begins. The spider turns its eyes upwards. Yeah, that's the chapter where I did my video after this, I think. My prediction video. Because we see the procession, and I predict that there will be a massacre at the procession by the Haley. Which, it hasn't happened yet, but doesn't mean it won't happen. We've seen them interrogate Borkson, who was found at the procession for Hulkenberg. Which means the procession hasn't been done yet. It's not finished. A massacre could still happen. Anyway, chapter 407, Negotiations. This is where the card game begins. The procession continues. Day 12, Thursday, 1 PM. So it's 12 days that Corolla has been searching. And we don't know how many number of calls he has per day, but it's more than like 1 or 2. Day 12, 1 PM. Borkson's missing? Yes, last contact was right before the procession passed her, so about 30 minutes ago. Maybe she had a sudden post change, or she went after a suspect. We're supposed to report in if anything happens. She would have told us. So the fact that she's missing and not reporting anything is bad news. Yeah, we have to assume the worst, that Borkson has been abducted. But by whom and for what? And what for? She's a soldier herself and was on alert. There was no struggle or commotion. Is that even possible? Do I have the right layout? I do. It's just because the cropping was weird. If we were a coordinated team, it would be easy with a large number of people. Using something like drugs to immobilize her and big guys to surround her wouldn't be noticed in this crowd. Using big guys to surround her wouldn't be noticed in this crowd. Okay. If it was someone she knew, it could have been a one-person job. Or someone pretended to be sick and asked to be taken to the hospital, where they were waiting for her. So they lured her out. Okay. If they used those Nin abilities, they might have been able to manipulate her like with hypnosis. The Haley might be using her to assassinate Suri. So there are plenty of ways, and that's exactly the worst case scenario. So yeah, the worst case is not that she's dead, that she's turned an enemy, even if it's against her will. Borkson went over what to do if one of us got caught. No negotiations, no rescue. Are we really going to stick with that plan? Hey, why are you standing there? Spread out and do your job. We're still on high alert. Think about it and decide before we're done here. Borgson wakes up. It's Morena, my beloved. Okay, and they're surrounded with people on all sides. Welcome, this is the Haley hideout. You must be Morena Boudreaux. What do you want from me? We want you to join us. We're not going to force you. We have our reasons, but let's just say you're like a compatible donor. We'll do our best to get you to join us. Borgson is looking around, realizes she's surrounded. That depends. I'm not physically restrained. There are 6 of them. They took my weapons. I don't remember any of it. It couldn't have been a normal abduction. They used some kind of power I don't know about. I can't answer right away. Not making any rash decisions is wise, but please understand that the more we tell you, the harder it is for us to back out. Is that a threat? Is it? Take it however you like. The harder it is for that the more we tell you, the harder it is for us to back out. Yeah, the more information we reveal to you, the less likely we are to let you go free, is what she's saying. Is it? Take it however you like. I can't tell you why, but the risk increases for both sides the longer this takes. So yeah, they are revealing more information, thus, as the game goes on. Thus, it would be more wise for Morena to take her out if she doesn't join them. Whose fault is that? That's fair. Didn't expect a balanced perspective from a crime syndicate. Don't expect a balanced perspective from a crime syndicate. We can do this quickly, while also giving you a chance to get what you want. This is my first and only compromise. Let's decide with a negotiation game. If you withdraw from this game, you will lose the freedom to do anything other than say yes or no. Let's just start with the rules. Let's decide with a negotiation game. If you withdraw from this game, you will lose the freedom to do anything other than say yes or no. So if she leaves the game, she can say yes or no. But if she plays the game, there is other options. Let's just start with the rules. The dealer makes a request of the player, and the player makes a decision through this process. I have 7 cards face up on the board. You have 5 cards face down. You pick one of my cards and I give you an answer. The chosen card is discarded to the graveyard. Next, I pick one of your cards and reveal it. That card is also discarded. Rest of the player. The dealer makes a request of the player, and the player makes a decision through this process. Okay. So Morena will make the request of join my my family, my mafia tree, my Haley assassins. That's the request that the game is based on, and the player makes the decision of yes, no, through or maybe not through the game itself. Okay. You pick one of my cards and I give you an answer. Okay, so Borgson starts first in the game. The chosen card is discarded to the graveyard. Next, I pick one of your cards and reveal it. That card is also discarded. We repeat until the last of your cards remaining is your answer to our request. Let me guess, I have 4 yes and 1 no. Turn them over from the left. Yes. No. What's this? Return. You can return one card of your choice from your graveyard to your board. But the game continues on until one card is left. Okay. If return is your last card, you can use it to retrieve the card of your choice to be your response. So yeah, having the return last is very OP. Okay. The Joker. The Joker can turn into yes or no. If this is your last card, you can also make your choice. In form only. In form only. What do you mean? You just said you'd take away my freedom to do anything besides say yes or no if I refuse to play. That means you wouldn't let me leave until I say yes, right? What's the point of playing this game at all? Yeah, she's like, you're just gonna make me keep playing this game until I say yes. You will force me against my will. Turn over the next one. X. X is neither yes nor no. It means you don't have to make a decision. If this card is my last, I can void the game itself. That's right, if the X card remains, you can walk out of here without saying yes or no. We won't seek to renegotiate later, of course. I promise you. But if any other card forces you to decide yes or no, you will take full responsibility for the consequences of your answer. Do you understand? You haven't gone over half the rules yet, have you? How could I answer? Even just with these rules, it's clear this system stacks the odds against me. Yeah, because yes and no are both bad options. At first glance, the yes card where I would do as she asks is only 1 out of 5. This makes it seem like I have more chances. This makes it seem like I have more chances to refuse or leave the game. And out of 5, this makes it, yeah, refuse or leave the game, creating the illusion that the player is advantaged. This is the first trap. The yes card is, if this is the last to remain, I'll have to join her. That means I'll have to obey all the rules they add later. It means complete defeat. But no is actually not different from yes. It pretends to be my friends, but no will bare its fangs as soon as the game begins. It depends on the explanations of the yes and no cards. Which is the cards that Morena has. She'll explain all sorts of horrible things that would happen around me if I say no. This will keep going until I decide that saying yes is better. So no and Joker are pointless. My real cards are Return and X. 2 out of 5, 40% isn't such bad odds considering the situation. Yeah, 40% to survive when you're in the enemy base. I guess it's better than nothing. That's the second trap. No matter how many cards are good for me, none of it actually matters. No matter how many cards are good for me, none of it actually matters. As long as the game entails her picking my cards, they can cheat all they want. She doesn't know about Nin rules and stuff. And the third trap is the worst. Okay then, I'll explain my cards. The aim card, tap. If you pick this card, I'll explain my goals. What we're trying to do by inviting you here and recruiting you. I'll try to be as concise as I can, but if you have any questions pertaining to my goals, I'll provide additional information. Next, the power card. If you pick this card, I'll explain my ability. Although it might go over your head a little bit, I'll tell you only the truth without hiding anything. I'll go into as much detail as you want until you understand. But again, the longer this takes, the more risk to both of us. I might have to talk pretty quickly. Question A. I'll answer as many questions as you have as many times as you want. except anything about my goals or my abilities. If you want to know about these things, use these cards. And my answers to your questions will only be in the form of yes or no, or yes and no. Yes, no, yes or no. Yes and no, I mean. Okay, if you want more detail regarding an answer I gave to one of your questions, you'll have to pick the question B card on a later turn. I'll explain in general depth until it's cleared up. Okay, so question A is yes and no answers. Question B is completely uh, answering in full English and explaining everything, or full Hunter BDN, whatever language they're using. Uh, I'll explain in general depth until it's cleared up, but only about one question. Okay, and it must be the last question you asked during the question A round. So only the last question can she explain more about, but she can ask as many questions as she wants. So she can keep going until with yes and no questions until she lands on a question that's really important, that she can use question B to ask to get very detailed answers for. So be careful when you bring question A round to a close. Alright, I don't need to hear yes or no answers. I'll be able to tell through her tone and non-verbal cues. So she's going to use her skills to like interrogate Morena using the question A card. There's something I need to confirm about the way you answer. May I tell it? May I try it out now? Go ahead. You will not cheat within the game at any point. Yes or no? You will not cheat within the game at any point. Yes, I will cheat. No, I won't cheat. Yes, I won't cheat. And no, I will not cheat. Okay, yeah, because some people understand it differently. Yeah, I remember this part. Negative question can create the potential for misunderstandings. It's quite important to clear up any confusion beforehand. When answering a negative question such as, you haven't done it, there are cultures that reply, yes, I have not, affirming the statement. Usually the person answers for themselves, and yes and no are absolute terms, thus, no, I have not. So denying the action, you can say no, I haven't, denying the action, or you can say yes, I have, affirming the statement. Okay. But for some reason, these people focus on the questioner's perspective and answer yes, meaning you are correct, or I agree with you. Maybe it's an old hierarchy mindset or the philosophy of selfless hospitality. I mean, we still have it in English too. Yeah, I assume it's the same thing. In some dialects, the flexive pronoun self gets used in second-person context, as if they're stepping into the other's shoes. Crazy, huh? Yokotani? Sorry, I haven't even realized I do that. I don't even realize I do that, so Yokotani does that. Okay, it looks like this... will that actually come back and become an important point? Yes, I agree with your statement, not the action. Okay, it looks like this game works as an initiation when socializing new members and an interview. Your answer? Morena uses this exchange to observe the subject. To examine their personality, intelligence, and to judge whether they're compatible for her team. No, I will not cheat. I'm answering from my perspective. Yeah, because we've seen that she looks at the world from her own perspective. She sees the world for what it is. She doesn't, at least the way they explained it here, that she's not answering from the perspective of the answerer. She's not affirming the sentence. She's denying the action. Okay. I'm answering from my perspective. Does that work for you? Yes, I feel so much anger from her. What in the world is she so angry about? Now, for the yes and no cards. She won't cheat. It's obvious that she has absolute control simply by looking at her and her cronies. She's confident but still respectful towards me from her attitude and intonation. I can tell cheating isn't allowed at the organizational level. But yet you cheat anyway. Why? Why do that, Porkson? Isn't last is D, the deal card. Pick this card if there's a card you really need to take back from your graveyard. You'll get it by granting a small request of mine. Once you hear what it is, you don't have to do it if you think you can't. But in that case, it becomes my turn, and deal will go to the graveyard. Once you hear what it is, you don't have to do it if you think you can't. My turn, deal will go to the graveyard. Basically, you will burn it if you will burn a turn if you refuse the deal, the condition that the small request. The game ends when you're left with one card, so your last chance to use this card is when you're down to 2 cards. The game ends when you're left with 1 card. Okay. There, I've explained all the card rules. So yeah, Morena has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She has 7 cards, but Borkson only has 5. So Borkson can't use everything on Morena's table. Oh, it's right here on the left. I'm blind. So yeah, it can only be on the 4th round that she picks it, unless the return card, which returns it, so it becomes the 5th round as well. Anyway, so will you decide whether you'll play the game? I will, under one condition. What's that? I'll decide which card you'll pick of my face down cards, if that's okay with you. Sure, that's happened before, and I'll take care of the shuffling, right? Now, let's begin. So Borkson has complete power to decide these cards and the cards, the question cards as well. Chapter 408, Negotiations, Part 2. You go first. Please pick a card. Target. Negotiations game begins. The aim card. Why did you pick this one? What? Chit-chat is allowed? Then I'll go for it. But there is no penalty, is there? Of course it's alright. We might as well get to know each other. Say, are there others? Maybe about 50 in all? Nice try. They're not going to talk. There are others, but no more questions. Use a card if there is something you want to ask. I picked... Okay, no more questions. And she answers her question anyway. She tells her there are others. I mean, it's not a big answer. That is to be assumed. But you can chit-chat, but you can't ask questions. You can reveal information, you can talk about anything else, but you can't ask question because you don't have the question permission. Okay, I picked aim to help me decide, obviously. Fine, I won't answer any more of your questions either. Oh, that's sad. Alright, if you answer one question, you can ask me one question too. Thank you. So less than 50 of them, but they didn't stiffen up. And the response was quick. So she's sight reading them. She's reading their facial expressions and figuring out from their reaction if the answer is above or below 50. They didn't stiffen up and the response was quick, so my guess wasn't even close. Probably about half of that. That is extremely close. My goal, well, some of them are dead, so it's even less than half now. My goal is the destruction of Kakin. Once that's done, I'll keep trying until the destruction of all humanity. I need you to do that, and I need you to do that. And she says it with the Barbie doll face. Huh? That's not enough at all. If complete understanding is 100, I'm at a 3 right now. Oh, you're very curious. Alright. I should probably start with my upbringing. Do you know of the second track fakers? Yes, the royalty without succession rights, like you. Yes, the actual Morena Brudeau. But I'm not even a royal. The real Morena is in a grave marked for me. The real Morena is in a grave marked for me. What? Then who are you? She isn't part of the royals, but she is a second track faker? Wait, she's not a second track faker, but she is one of the festival babies. But she switched with Morena Brudeau. Okay. Then who are you? The Carnilavra and Les Majesté. That should give you an idea. You're a carnival orphan. Okay. Carnilavra. Literal farewell to the flesh. A carnival for the Kakin royal family held once every few years. The royal family travels incognito to a randomly selected village and holds a feast. Every single villager is sorted on the spot as an entertainer or other. Lese Majesté, an offense against the crown, punishable by death. Before modern times, crimes even included lower-ranking officials speaking frankly, and civilians looking a royalty in the face, even in present day. Post-democratization, contraception, abortion, and genetic testing of royals are considered treasonous acts against the prosperity of royal descendants and are immediately punishable by death. Okay. Post-democratization, contraception, abortion, and genetic testing considered treasonous acts. Very conveniently, huh? Okay. Against the prosperity and descendants and are immediately punishable by death. Okay. My mother was forced to entertain the royals for several days without rest or sleep. She was unable to even be aware that she's become pregnant or give birth to me, and finally died when I was 2 years old. Okay, so she survived 2 years into her life. Okay. I thought she died immediately on childbirth. All carnival orphans were scarred at birth and sent to an institution. Carnival orphans as well. Okay. I thought that the cuts were only for the royals specifically. But I guess these are royals. They have royal blood as well. And sent to an institution. A base of operations for a human trafficking organization run by Haley and affiliated with the underground hospital that treated the mothers. Here we were scientifically sorted into second track fakers or flesh. I was categorized as flesh. So there's a whole bunch of them, and some of them are considered second track fakers, but not all of them. The others, goddamn. For the next 20 or so years as flesh, You get the idea. Recently, I was fortunate to become boss of Haley, and Borkson is not happy learning about all of this. When I fulfilled my role as Flesh, I discovered a certain talent of mine and I honed it a bit by bit. That's my ability, which served as a catalyst from which I came to Blood Cocking's demise. I think I just figured out why her ability works through kissing. That's disgusting. Okay, that's my ability, which served as a catalyst from which I came to Blood Cocking's demise. The Carnilavra is held irregularly. Carnivals are classified according to the last two digits of the Cocking calendar. I am year 98. Over the 20 years before I became Haley boss, there have been 7 batches of carnival children. The most recent batch of orphans is year 20, last year's. Meaning the last carnival was held 2 years ago, the year after the democratization commemoration celebration. Do you understand? Cooking hasn't changed at all, and it won't change ever. Let me do that again. Do you understand? Cooking hasn't changed at all, and it won't change ever. This is the general framework from which my desire to destroy Cocking grew. I need people to help me achieve my goal, each with special abilities, and the one whose ability will fill the most critical role is you. That's why we invited you here and why we're trying to recruit you. How do you know it's me? I can't answer that with this card. That's it for this one. Okay, please slide a card towards me and flip it over. The Joker. The Joker, yes and no, are no different to me, so this card has practically no effect on me. Discard the Joker and pick the next card, the Power card. Wow, you're asking about me twice in a row. I'm flattered. I'll try to explain as clearly as I can. God damn. Moran is playing it so cute. What we get from Borkson's remark about her. So much anger from her. What in the world is she so angry about? Despite her like putting up this entire cutesy show, she is not in the least actually feeling what she's acting. As clearly as I can. Have you ever heard about Nin? Only recently. I don't know how much of what I've heard is right. It's basically a superpower, and it's supposedly being used in the succession battle. That's correct, as a general understanding. It's true that it's like a superpower, but anyone can learn it with training. Blin blin blon. Anyway, there are also abilities that can awaken people to Nin. My ability includes that aspect. So you don't need to train a long time. I see. Then, could you tell me what your ability is? Yes, to put simply, my ability is to give abilities to those with the same goal as me, and to spread that circle. With the same goal as me, that's a condition, isn't it? Okay. I am the dealer, or mater, as it were, with a maximum of 22 players, or children. Maximum, but that's only the ability. There could be other members that are not initiated within the ability. But that gives Borkson a lot of information. That's exactly what she was asking for before. The number of players, the number of people that are a real threat uh, that use Nen abilities is 22. Once they earn enough points, they can also become a parent themselves and produce more children. Rather like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme. Okay. Listen to each of their goals, consider their attributes, and assist and support the development of their abilities. I listen to each of their goals, consider their attributes, and assist and support the development of their abilities. How cunning, to be honest. Aim and ability. The structure of the explanations is such that no matter which is picked first, you want to hear the other. If I had picked ability first, she wouldn't go any further than this. I'm trying to visualize it, but I'm not seeing it exactly. It's like, okay, you got the information about the ability. Is she mad that if she asked about the ability, she wouldn't have been able to glean what the objective was just by hearing about the ability by itself? And like so, with the objective, you couldn't figure out what the ability exactly is. There was no excess, there was no any detail that could have given the ability or the objective away in either one of the answers. To be honest, I rather, don't want Kakin to cease to exist. Duty, responsibility, national defense, none of it means much to me. I was going to float through the rest of the hopefully long life ahead of me. It's unnerving to have someone else's big ambitions suddenly waltz in and mess all that up. I don't need it. Oh, each, isn't it, to destroy Kakin? Yeah, because she says similar objectives, similar goal, but then she says, I will listen to each of their goals. Which I did also notice. It's like each of their goals, but I thought they were all the same goal. But yeah. Oh my god. So much text. I really wish I could zoom in. I was in the military school since before I could remember. I think I can zoom in with... Wasn't there like a... where is the zoom? I can't find it. There was tool in Windows that allows you to zoom in, no? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. That was a bad idea. I'm not gonna do that again. Did that even show up on the stream? I don't think it did. Never mind. Let's continue. What did I do? I somehow messed up the organization of the pages. Okay. I was in the military school since before I can remember, and I was taught that my duty was defending the country's safety, as long as a war doesn't break out during my lifetime, right? Fortunately, I was smart enough to squeak into officer training school. We had to risk our lives to listen to pop songs from rival countries a few months after their release. Or that's... Isn't that like a reference to North Korea? People risking their lives just to consume the media from other countries. But learning about the untouchable outside world was a normal part of our high school curriculum. A few months after their release, but learning about the untouchable outside world was a normal part of our high school curriculum. Okay, we have the worst flood control in the world, yet we rank highest in manufacturing of man-made particles that linger in the stratosphere. And information processing throughput. That's the kind of country I live in, but it's still home. Yeah, I misunderstood this before. I thought that they were working on like spaceships and stuff that float in the atmosphere, but no, it's what they mean by this line is pollution, like particles like dust and I don't know, whatever stuff in the air that you probably shouldn't be breathing, like burnt gasoline and stuff. That's the kind of country I live in. And she's basically confirming that with this line, that it is a not a good thing. Just like highest flood control in the world, the worst flood control in the world. Uh, but it's still home. All I wanted was to have a modest, ordinary life in my own corner. Probably somewhere between military prep school instructor and the boonies, and I don't know. And I don't know. Secretary number 4 for the General Affairs Officer, Deputy Director at the National Defense Agency. I don't want any of this. Uh, uh, Probably, let me redo that. Probably somewhere between military prep school instructor in the boonies and I don't know, secretary number 4 for the General Affairs Deputy, Office Deputy Director at the National Defense Agency. I don't want any of this. Basically what she's saying, either like just a tiny little position as an instructor or maybe be somewhat related to Tsuridnik's personal defense team or general affairs office deputy, whatever the fuck that means. Things turned iffy when Beyond or whoever pledged to go to the new continent. And now we're talking about superpowers and destroying humanity? Destroying Kakin is my own personal small goal. Yeah, just a tiny little goal of destroying this entire nation of Kakin. I feel sorry for you, I really do. But even if I wanted someone in my life to go away, I never considered murder as an option. The larger goal we have in common here is killing people in general, either directly or indirectly. We all have different reasons and circumstances, targets and quotas. Those are our own small goals. So she listens to all of the goals that a person has, not just the main relative theme of destroying all of humanity. General goal. There is smaller goals that she can also integrate into her ability. I'm glad I found out that you're an honest person and that I can't relate at all to your goals. With this information, the superpowers is greatly affected by the personality and state of mind. And with this information, I have to get out of this extraordinary mess no matter what. It's true it's like a superpower, but anyone can learn it with training. There are also abilities that can awaken people to Nin. My ability includes that. Wait. Oh no, the page is messed up. Why do I have this page repeating? Oh no, what's going on? I must have missed something with the settings. Right to left and the offset of the pages. Okay. Okay, we read this, we shuffle. I'm so lost. Okay, with this information, I have to get out of this extraordinary mess no matter what. You just said personality affects superpowers. How do you know my ability that I don't even have yet is important when you hardly know me? You can hide behind the rhetoric that everyone is special. Isn't that a negotiation tactic to make me think I'm special? You are a specialist. Nin abilities are classified into 6 types. Yours is very rare among them. One of my people is an enhancer. he enhanced his sense of smell and gained the ability to sniff out abilities. He's currently at the level where he can identify a person's type just from the faint aura they emit before awakening to Nin. The dog who's over here, bro, is a mascot. Okay. Even now, he's searching for people like you, specialists, before they even know Nin. Before they know Nin. It may not be accurate, as it's from my own research, but I think the occurrence of specialists is about 1 in 3,000 people. Surely you can figure out what that means. It's comparatively rare to be sure, but could be there could very well be 50 to 60 more of them aboard the ship. It would be best if we can find someone with the larger goal in common. It doesn't have to be you in particular. In fact, he's come across a few specialists who know Nin already. He was quite excited that one of them was a floor master of the Heavens Arena, super famous among the MMA crowd. He spotted Hisoka, but he definitely did not bring Hisoka back. That's what I mean by your risk increases the longer the stakes. That's it for explaining abilities. I want to hear a bit more about specialists, specifically about that. What kind of ability you'd have me acquire? That's closely related to the yes and no cards. I'll explain about specialists. But very simply, it's just very useful. By the way, I love Morina's face in the bottom here. Wait, oh, what's that? Let me grab the thing. Okay, look at Morina's face here. It's like, you can't be serious right now. She looks so mad that Voxen is asking her about her ability. That's closely related to the yes and no cards. I'll explain about specialists. They're very useful. There are some practical limitations for the other types. Transmuters, for example, have a hard time learning manipulative abilities, but specialists have none of that. If there were any negatives at all, that's that they might have not realized that they're specialists, focused on another type, and regret it later. This can and does happen. So if you know what you are beforehand, you can try learning a really unique ability that doesn't belong to any type, or a hybrid ability that would usually require training in multiple types to an advanced level. Is that what happened to Morena? That she learned this ability. She is a specialist. She learned this ability, but it's not exactly what she wanted now that she knows Nin. And now she regrets it. Maybe, but it is using the specialist cookbook, kind of. Her ability is quite weird. She gives other people abilities. She's enhancing other people. Which is one of the things that specialists usually are the weakest at, because it's the opposite end of specialization. So maybe that's why she regrets it. It's not as powerful as what she wanted it to be. As a side note, I'm also a specialist. My ability is quite unique. Join me and learning and improving Nin abilities based on points. Join me and learning and improving Nin abilities based on points. That's not English. and learn and improve Nin abilities based on points. How convenient. An advanced hybrid of all 5 types, it seems. Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about English skills after all. I suck ass. So, of course, I have a specific request pertaining to your ability. But that's more for this card over here, so I can't say anything else. I'm sorry. So she's directing her. She's revealing what the yes and no questions will entail. Like, if you want to know what ability, I will have you learn You should ask about the yes answer. Otherwise, I can't answer you. If you pick the yes card, I'll tell you what kind of ability I'd want you to learn if you choose to join us. It's part of the discussion of what role you'd be expected to have once you join our team, rather than a question on nin abilities. Oops, okay. Got it. Got it? Yes. No matter which card I pick next from the 4 remaining, it doesn't change my number of options. It seems like she'd still answer questions a bit. Doesn't matter which card I pick next from the 4 remaining, it doesn't change my number of options. So yeah, she can choose whichever cards she wants. Change my number of options. It doesn't change my number of options. I don't get it. It seems like she'd still answer a question a bit on cards, even after they get sent to the graveyard. Besides the question A card. So, because she's revealing a lot of information, even about herself and her ability. She's revealing about her ability. Now that her ability the question about her ability was chosen, she's also revealing extra information now. Okay, the more information I have, the better. But the time risk, as she mentioned, also comes into play. Whether I prolong this game or not can be decided once my options become limited. She picks a card, and it's the yes card. Oh dear, that's too bad. The second card, and you're already not joining us. The others are also disappointed. This tells me at least that they haven't witnessed any cheating in the past. But don't be optimistic. Have they even played this game before with someone who doesn't want to join them? With someone who doesn't want to join them. If I'm the first, of course they'd react that way. Have they even played this game before with someone who doesn't want to join them? If I'm the first, of course they'd react that way. Oh well, I'll do my best until the very end. No and X are very different after all. Do you want to know how? Well, sure, I'll oblige. I'll pick the no card. Okay, I'll explain what happens if the no card is the last to remain. So she wants to confirm that, yeah, you will not survive. The essential part is the difference. No means you won't join us, whereas X voids the game itself. We consider no as a firm expression of your will, a complete and irrevocable rejection. Here it comes. Yes and no are basically the same. This is the time to persuade. Threaten me, until I think yes is the only option between yes and no. To persuade, threaten me? That's not right, right? Till I think that to persuade me, until I think yes is the only option. Okay, I'll take it to mean you and those around you will not be one of us. You'll be classified as others, simply points for us to acquire in order to level up and to attain our goal. We won't try to recruit you again, however. She revealed that the points are people. We won't try to recruit you again, however. We can't have you leave after you know our secrets. And there it is. Doesn't that basically mean even the X card is pointless? Yeah, usually with another person that's not as perceptive as Borkson, this would be a huge reveal of, yeah, saying no is, whoa, we're gonna kill you because we can't let you go. The third trap, that this game itself is all a trap to make me say yes. If the X card remains, it would still be the same, that you know our secrets, but that too will be included in the voiding of the game. She's surprised. She looks at Morena. That doesn't mean we'd erase your memory. We'll trust you and pretend that none of this happened, and we'll try not to make any contact with you if at all possible. Not to mention, there'll be no cheating by twisting that none of it happened into bullying. Hey, we never met you, have we? Let's play a game. We'll also try not to involve anybody around you. Specifically, we'd go over the information we learned and the people you care about. Share that info among us and avoid these people. Although considering our ultimate goal, the more correct expression would be put them off until later. To save time, I need to ask you outright. The X card not only has no merit for you, but the risks to you are high. I can't believe that you trust me under these circumstances either. Yeah, she does not know about Nin. She doesn't know about the restrictions and how they make your ability even stronger by giving your opponent more options. Can you explain how this makes sense for you so I'd understand? Oh good, I was about to explain. It's actually a long story, but the merits are precisely that it's very risky. I see, vows and limitations, high risk, high return. It's a very important component in Nin. So we cut over where Moran explains Nin, general rules of Nin to her. Okay. If the negotiations fail in a game of life and death, well, that's it. Even if that comes at great risk, I must accept the outcome. By playing the game that way, my ability can more strongly support my team. That's the same for those who join. By taking on the risk that you die, if no is your last card, the effects of my ability and the resulting team unity become stronger. By taking on the risk that you die if no is your last card, the effects of my ability and the resulting team unity become stronger. My ability and the resulting team become stronger. Okay. That didn't upset you much. Wonderful. Well, I knew it was coming and I guess it doesn't feel real yet. Oh, it'll feel quite real when you're down to 2 cards. Go on. And there you go. The X card goes away. Now, the cards I have left are the no death card and the return survival. Are no death and return survival. Special martial law! Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill. Oh man, and we end up at the martial law, so this must be after Hulkenberg has... the procession has happened, and Balsamilko, or Hulkenberg inside of Balsamilko's body, has managed to attack Benjamin, probably with the poison, the same poison that Hulkenberg used on himself. So Benjamin is at this point using the martial law, or attempting to enact it. Special martial law, special martial law. This is not a drill, this is not a drill. Passengers on Tier 5 follow orders from the military police and your bosses. Tier 5 follow orders from the military police and your bosses. And your bosses, they had to specify that, huh? To indicate the mafia bosses that they are also included in this. But just saying it without saying it out loud. The problem in an upper tier. The problem in an upper tier will not affect Tier 5. Do not be alarmed. The problem in an upper tier will not affect Tier 5. Do not be alarmed. Tier 5? Likewise, with Tier 4, the closure of the passageway is to prevent the problem from distributing to the lower tiers. Safety measures are in place, and this issue will not affect Tier 4. It's weird the way they're phrasing it. will not affect tier 5, do not be alarmed. Likewise, closure of the passageways to prevent the problem from distributing to the lower tiers. Safety means uh, measures are in place and this issue will not affect tier 4. Special martial law, the maximum alert level in response to a national threat. All citizens on tier 3. Okay, so they're just going through all the tiers and informing them of what they need to do. All citizens on tier 3 face the nearest wall and kneel and knee. I guess kneel? But there's no L. Place both hands on the wall and stand by. Do not move until you receive orders from the Royal Army. If you do not comply, you will be shot. Special martial law, the maximum alert level in response to a national threat. With this announcement, all Royal Army soldiers are granted the right to shoot anybody suspicious without warning. It will be their duty to remove any armed citizens and eliminate supervisors. You know what this means? That means that dog person cannot work properly, I guess, because if he moves around, he could risk fighting the military. If he doesn't, if he just goes around and walks around and continues his search for other specialists. So this is effectively buying Borkson more time, isn't it? Cool. Okay. Even Morena is a bit tense. I don't blame her. I was just on tier 1 a short while ago, and I still didn't expect this. Show us Morena. Don't hide her face with the text. I wanna see it. You can see it a little bit that she's not smiling. But now I can narrow down where we are. They wouldn't broadcast the upper tier announcements to the lower tiers, so it must be at least tier 3 or above is what she's guessing. Now I know for sure we're above tier 3. There you go, I guessed it again. I big deal. If the broadcast continues, I'll be able to narrow it down more. What? It's my turn. The deal card. Oh, Morena was distracted by the announcement. What? It's my turn. The deal card. All citizens on tier 2 return to your rooms at once. Do not hold anything in your hands and await further instructions. Leave all doors open. Sit on a chair and place both hands on a table and keep them raised above your shoulders. You're so calm even through this. Amazing. Alright, the game goes on. I didn't think the risk to our side would actually surface with this timing. At this volume, she would have heard me over the announcement. If she was listening, she had to ask twice because she was distracted by the announcements. She needed to buy time to organize her thoughts. Either way, this interruption benefits me. She understood the emergency, yet agreed to continue the game. She either thinks this hideout won't be found, or she's confident they won't be neutralized. This isn't that big a deal for me. If this game continues without a hitch, we won't argue over the results. Continues without a hitch, we won't argue over the results. It would be best, of course, if the Royal Army comes in and neutralizes them, but then I could get hit by a stray bullet. Or they might assume I'm one of Morena's people and shoot me. Even if I don't get shot, I'd likely be taken into custody, questioned and tortured. To get out of this as peacefully as possible, I'd need to leave the game with the X card. The deal card means you can take back a card from the graveyard by fulfilling my small request. I know what to request already. A kiss. I'd rather not. Mouth to mouth, a deep kiss. Just one, but it'll last until I'm satisfied. It has to do with my ability, so I'll warn you. The kiss is one of the conditions to grant my ability to my followers. I need to fulfill... Okay, so now she's explaining more about her ability because this card was picked after the ability card. I need to fulfill 3 conditions to have you join me. The negotiation game must end with a yes. I infect you with my ability via a kiss. You must be present where I or someone on my team commits murder. The order doesn't matter, but all three must happen or it won't count. So don't worry. Please proceed whether you'll oblige under these conditions. So if she didn't pick the ability, she probably wouldn't have explained to her. Okay. Everyone on tier 1, please return to your rooms and await a military investigation. Once that's done, your freedom to resume your daily activities prior to martial law is guaranteed. Guaranteed. The emergency broadcast meant for tier 1. It would never be broadcast in the lower tier. It means we're in tier 1. Was there a way on this cruise ship to kidnap me from tier 3 then carry me to tier 1? That can't be right. She's the Haley boss. She pretended to be the second track faker to take over. She had a residence. She had a residence on tier 1 to begin with, as a shadow to the royals. Even the broccoli and whatever the other guy's name is, even those guys didn't have access to tier 1, because otherwise they would be. Are they in tier 1? Are they just talking on the phone? I guess they are. They must be. They must all be in tier 1. Okay. If they set it up so that they get all... But then Kenny Wang and Henrik, I remember them talking about the boss being in the tier. When they talked to the Phantom Troop, they were like, hey, if Morena was on tier 2, it would mean war, but if she was away from tier 2, that means it's some underling that did this without her permission. And that's what spurred the whole war between the Mafia. Okay. So no, the other guys must be on their respective tiers, tier 4 and tier 5. There's something I need to know. Where was I? She had a residence. If they set it up so that they get all the broadcasts here, we could be anywhere. Yeah, maybe they somehow intercepted the broadcast so that they have all the information. I know it's a lot to ask. I promise we won't force any of these conditions on you. There's something I need to know, and I have to get the X card back. I'll do it. I'll have to. Alright, step over here. And they kiss. We get a long shot of the boat. Oh wow, I'm sorry. What for? Well, I didn't think that would be your first. How did you... how would you know? Don't answer that. Do you want to take a minute? What's the big deal? I want the X back. Come on, let's go. You don't have to push yourself. This is seriously unnecessary. Hold on. These two cards, can I turn them over and look at them? I took my eyes completely off of them during your sexual harassment session. As I've been saying, I'm not cheating. You still want to see them? Are you saying they're both X? I think they're both X. Yes, it's not a problem if you're not cheating, is it? Wait, they're both X. X is not good, no? They're both no, is what they would do to get her to win. No, it's not, but it's sad. Some people want to look through their partner's cell phones while claiming you wouldn't mind if you're not guilty. It just says you don't trust me. That really turns me off. That's okay with you? Yes. Can I flip them over? What happened to privacy rights? So sad. We even kissed. Shut up, that wasn't kissing. I'm flipping them over. Okay. See, they're no and return. Yes? Okay. Can we even see what she did to the cards? Because this is the moment where she marks one of them. I don't see anything on here. Okay. Okay, take your pick. Oh, that's too bad. Would you like to check those 2 cards again? Because the return and the no, yeah. Okay, she throws the X again. Oh, that's too bad. Would you like to check those 2 cards again? Go on, please pick your last card. If you have only one question, we can skip the QA card and go straight to QB. If you have only one question, okay. I pick the QA card. Okay, I'll answer as many questions as you have. Let's begin. This hideout is somewhere on tier 5. No. This hideout is either on tier 4 or 3. No, this hideout is on either tier 2 or 1. I know it, tier 1. No. What? You're lying. No. This hideout is on board the Black Whale. Yes. So it must be... I forgot about this entire thing. It must be outside the tiers. It's on the outside. The hideout is on board the Black Whale. Yes. The hideout is made using a Nin ability. Yes and no. What? Where could it... Vroom. What? It can't be. This hideout, it's on the surface of the whale, is between tiers 2 and 3. Yes. Oh, between the tiers. Okay, it is between them. I thought it was on the edge, just like the... because they used the waste management system, so I thought it would be on the edge where the waste is thrown out. This is between tiers 2 and 3. Yes. This was planned all along, since before they built the Black Whale. That was the sound of the central gate connection connecting tiers 2 and 3 being completely shut. Okay, we must be around here. The entrance to the hideout is somewhere regular people can access. Yes and no. There are multiple entrances. Yes. There are 2 entrances in all. No. 3. No. 4. No. 5. Yes. We're getting an So there is an entrance that is sort of an entrance. That is an Between 4 and 5. Her first pause before her answer. That wasn't hesitation, more like counting in her mind to ensure she's truthful. I'll use those vows and limitations to my advantage, so you won't be able to get any of us after I leave. Including you, there are now 23 of you in all. No, 22, no. 21. Yes? Yeah, because we lost a couple. If I get to walk away from here, the information you gathered will be voided, and you'll keep your promise. Yes. If the no card is the last to remain, you're going to kill me. Yes. You're the only specialist among the 21 of you. Yes. You know all 20 of their abilities. No. There's currently 1 enhancer. No. I'll squeeze as much information as I can out of them. Last question. I'm actually glad I talked to you and got to know you. If I get the card that enables me to leave, I'll try to challenge Kakin in ways that I can. But you don't intend to change your goal. No. You won't change your goal at all. No. You won't change your goal no matter what happens. No. Which tells me that there is that maybe yes. The emphasis on her saying no over and over again is kind of like hinting that is Togashi really going to try and push the limits with Morena and see how far you can try and convince her to change her perspective. If we could find some If we could find something, maybe anything that would allow us to meet halfway. No, I won't. I will not change my goal. And she even gives her extra information that more than no and yes. Alright. No and R. And he shows her the cards just to be sure. Oh. Now decide which card to discard and slide it forward. This is it, your last card. And still I don't see any marking on the cards. I see nothing. Okay, she taps a card. Let's do this at the same time. If that's return, I die. If this is return, I'll forget everything that happens here and leave. Alright then, on 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. No. R. Yes! Oh god! Congratulations. A shame, but it is what it is. Now exchange return with the card you wanted, and the game is over. Oh, I'm sorry. I crushed the return card. It's all crumbled now. That's part of her scheme. She crushes the card. Bro, that's straight up out of Kaiji, isn't it? The crushing the toilet paper, or not toilet paper, just the tissue box in celebration to hide the evidence. It's all crumpled now. It's alright. We use a new set every time. That's good. Oh, isn't that a mistake? No, it's not a mistake. Wop 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 wop. Zawa zawa zawa. Oh, it's not a mistake. Yes, I will join. When I was reading the chapter, I remember exactly predicting that for some reason I feel that Borkson is gonna end up with the return card, and she will choose yes. And I was losing my mind when I predicted it, but I was confused because this entire time, Borkson, in her mind, I'll have to use the vows and limitations, so I won't be able to get any of us after I leave. Like she continues saying that I'm definitely going to leave, and this is her inner monologue narration in her head. So I was like, I know I predicted that, but she is confirming that she wants to leave. So I don't know what kind of logic she would use to eventually say yes. But I predicted it. I knew she would pull the yes card back in the day. Bro. I thought that she would like change her mind and try and infiltrate Morena's group. But as we see in the next chapter, that's not even a good idea. Why am I not on the official chapters? Okay. This is for the last time. You can't change your answer after this. Yes, that's fine. No, don't. That's not what I want. Negotiations, Part 4, Chapter 410. Last chapter. Oh man. Okay. This is the card I choose. Stop, that's not true. No. I see. I'm happy you're going to join us, but just a little bit disappointed. You cheated, didn't you? It must have been after you used the deal card. The deal card. Okay. You stopped the shuffle and double-checked the 2 cards on your board. That's when you marked the return card. These 2 cards, can I turn them over and look at them? See? They're not no and return. Yes. Where's the mark? Yeah, I'm trying to look over like the panels over here, but I do not see. Is this supposed to be the mark? It's just that little tiny thing, but that's like on the wrong face as well. You must have put a tiny dent. Addition on the front along both edges. It's too far for me to see, and Orarge, the shuffler, would only see the backs of the cards, but you could see it no matter which way the card was oriented after shuffling. By crushing the card in your moment of victory, you could get rid of the evidence. Zawa Zawa. This game and those cards are part of my ability. If you cheat, the manipulative aspect of my ability is automatically triggered. You can only pick yes or no. Your choices for that last card were reduced to 2, but you only have yourself to blame for your ultimate choice. So she was limited to these 2 choices, and in her mind, her subconscious would choose yes over no, because no is immediate death, yes is not immediate death, at least. You only have yourself to blame for your ultimate choice. You should have triggered, you can only pick yes or no. Okay, you should have intuited that cheating is tantamount to abandoning this serious game. So, why yes, you're going to join us. Yes, I will join you. And now she gets the manipulation lifted off of her. Okay. Okay. To welcome the brand new member of our team, I'll explain the yes card that you didn't choose during the game. As long as you live on our side, we won't come after you, or the people dear to you, of course. My ability is called Contagion, with the attitude of love. It's like a game app. It's installed in yourself. And I manage the play data. Damn. I always know your level, number of points, location, and status. So this is the thing they predicted, that the master knows the location of all the users. And status. Live, alive, dead. You cannot remove it. The game continues until you clear the game. The admin ceases to exist or the phone is destroyed. So she's using mobile phone app as a reference to her ability. Not just... It's not her own, like, imagination. It's based on mobile apps. Okay. I already told you that 3 conditions... Okay. This music is not it. Okay. I already told you that the 3 conditions to join us. Clear them and the process will be complete. You're actually free to do what you want after that. For example, I don't recommend it, but infighting and backstabbing aren't forbidden as long as it's not too flagrant. Oh, now she reveals her true face. Right now, you are level 0. You haven't fulfilled all the conditions of joining. Once you clear the last condition, you will formally be level 1. You will get a Nin ability at level 21. At level 100, you will be able to create your own team, like me. Kill 1 civilian to gain 1 level. Kill someone with Nin and gain 10 levels. Kill a prince and you will gain 50 levels. Whether you level up or not is up to you. Whether you stay here or go back to your friends is also up to you. You're free, but we will betray you the moment we realize you're of no use to us. Our goal is to kill people after all. Damn. Infighting is fine, so if you wanna attack us, it's fine, but that means we can also attack you. There's no condition that actually maintains your safety inside of our group. And this is a person who cheated, who got manipulated into joining against their will. Okay. There's an undetermined time limit. If they find another specialist candidate, I'll no longer be valuable. But the not the succession war. The what's it called? The announcement thing. Martial law. The martial law probably brought you more time. I will no longer be valuable. So if they bring another person and that person is a specialist that actually passes the game, they can just get rid of Borkson after the game is concluded. Because she got manipulated, she's not a willing participant. If her ability is installed in me like an app, I should assume it comes with a spyware that shows her everything I see and hear. I do need power to go against them, but I have to kill someone to get an ability in the shortest amount of time. I'm going back to my people. Don't forget, we are your people now too. We are your people now. Same difference. I have a purpose now. Morena. I have a purpose now. Morena, will you show me around? Before I go back, I want to know more about my new comrades. So she's using this opportunity to continue gaining more information, and her purpose is probably the eradication. Hold on. Oops, I think I just dropped some frames. My connection is poor. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Is it good now? We lost some frames. I think we cut for like a minute. Let me check the stream. I'm just validating the stream. Alright, it seems fixed now. Stream is healthy. Okay. Anyway, she's now gathering more information as she is stuck with the Haley crew. Where was I? What was I saying and thinking? I have a purpose now. Oh yeah, she gained a purpose, which is she wants to eradicate the Haley because they are a threat to her life and the things that she wants. So she has gained she has changed her moral compass to maybe kill people for her own survival. She's willing to make this decision now. In a death game, she's like, okay, if I'm going to die, I'm willing to risk my life so I can take you out, so I could live. Okay, so we're on tier 3. Do not move until you've been batted down. If you move so much as an inch, you will be shot without warning. Special martial law, this is not a drill. Tier 3, central area, cleared. Captain, case S. 3 soldiers total who entered this door disappeared. Okay, they found the Haley entrance. The witnessing soldiers said they vanished into thin air as they entered. Textbook case S, a supernatural in this incident. This may be why the corporal and others went missing. We found a hidden room behind the bathroom next door. Looks like someone cut through the bathroom wall. The hidden room was connected to room 125. In room 125, the bathroom wall was the trick door. Tier 3 is Haley's territory. Contact Tier 1. Your Highness, They've found what looks to be Haley's hideout. Nen is involved. The room was empty. We're searching for their hideout locations. Squad 3 will deal with Haley. Our priority is securing the princes. 3rd Prince Zhang Li and 7th Prince Losers are currently unaccounted for. Find them. Leave the lower ranked princes for later. Okay. So he's going to use his martial law, and the problem is that 2 of them are missing. Zhang Li, who's visiting the mafia boss, he's hiding with the mafia, with his mafia connection. And Losers, who's been kidnapped by Melody's team. And those are his highest priority targets, because if he can't end them within the Martian law, they will be a pain in the ass to deal with later. Zhang Li went to tier 2 right before the declaration. Zhang Li. Via cross bridge from inside the Shiyu's residence, currently confirming the route and following his trail. Follow-up report in 15 minutes. Zhang Li likely sought refuge at the Justice Department. It's possible he went further down to meet up with the Mafia. Tell the Squad 2 recon team and the scouts to focus on Zhang Li. Yes, sir. 10 hours from onset to coma. 10 hours from onset to coma. Death comes 2 hours after that. So he has 10 hours of active time before he's done. I have about 9.5 more hours. I need to eliminate the princes by then. Yeah, and these are the most important ones, because if he's eliminated now, his son won't be able to fend for himself. If these people remain, because they're high priority. They're high level ranking princes. As long as I am officially appointed as successor, even if I die. Also, they could just escape and live. If they don't die, if he dies before them, he will just lose his right to the throne. So the ones that are running away are the highest priority. Them just outliving him through time is just a time trial for him now. As long as I'm officially appointed as successor, even if I die, I can hand the throne over to my child. Emergency law, Article 1, sustain the monarchy in a crisis. Sustain the monarchy in a crisis will apply. So yeah, in case everyone got eliminated and he was the last one to get eliminated, it would just be sustained through passing on to his child. I must get father's declaration of succession and the documentation, then taking into account the time required for the legal proceedings of having my illegitimate child named as my official successor. I don't have a moment to lose. 4 princes left. 4 princes left. Insane time jump. Insane time jump. I told you that the 12th day will be a massacre. This is day 12 and only 4 have been left. If he's after Losers and Zhang Li, I think that's his kill list. 4 left, 4 for him to take out. So Zhang Li, Losers, who else could still probably be alive? I guess he neutralized Hulkenberg Bolsamilko. So that can't count. God damn, that's so little. you mean to tell me Tyson is dead? You mean to tell me Merwim is dead? Mariam, I mean, is dead. Fugetsu must be dead. So many people must be dead, if only 2. Camilla must be dead. God damn. I mean, Camilla, I understand. They know her ability. They can get her to maybe herself, and that way nobody else will bring her back to life with her ability, because she steals other people's soul if they kill her. 4 are left. Wobble definitely has to be alive, so that's 3. My nose is so itchy today. Anyway, I am Benjamin, Deputy Chief Counsel. Without further ado, he's meeting Mizaistom, Botabai, and Kaiser. I am Benjamin, Deputy Chief Counsel. Without further ado, at the Central Court, I will consolidate all 3 branches of government by military force. Okay, so this is where Steiner has to press the button. And we are taking over this building as our Joint Force Command Center. You 3 will be my witnesses. This building as our Joint Force Command Center. So he's going to the judicial neutral party and trying to claim their office as his. Okay. First, can you provide your basis for declaring martial law and the letter of authorization from the king? Terrorism with a biological weapon, orchestrated by 4th Prince Suroidnik and the 9th Prince Hulkenberg. 9th Prince Hulkenberg. So he's blaming it on Suroidnik. That means Suroidnik is alive. So we have Lucerus, Zengle, Suroidnik, and 9th Prince Hulkenberg. But Hulkenberg is already dead. He's just saying that because he's angry at Hulkenberg. It's like, yeah, both of these assholes, they're the ones that did it. But he's also robbing in Suroidnik into the plan. Because he's still alive. That's the only reason he's robbing Suroidnik into it. There was a collaborator in my military. A sample under development was brought on board. A sample under development was brought on board. There were multiple co-conspirators. Several suspects were arrested and now being questioned. Or, one second. 4 princes are left. Is he only counting the ones that count as a threat? So he's like, oh, I'm not counting Tyson. Who's Tyson? I'm not counting that. That's not a threat. That's not. That is literally no one to me right now. And so is Wobble, and so is Fugitsu. He's like, these people, they're already dead. I'm not counting these. So only Zengle, Lucerus, Suroidnik, and we have one more that he considers a threat. I am Benjamin, Deputy Chief Counsel. Without further ado, I read this already. Okay. There were multiple co-conspirators. Several suspects were arrested and now being questioned. Some of the suspects were accompanying the prince's security teams when they were taken to secure locations. I think the prince's security teams. To be safe, I'd like to complete the administrative steps without delay. His plan is to leverage the princes in Tier 1 as hostages to secure the 3 branches. We cannot release those who are suspected of infection from isolation until complete analysis of the sample. So he's using the existence of the weapon, of the biological infection virus as a reason to not, as an excuse to like hold people in custody without letting them leave. Okay, without the integration of the 3 powers, I cannot permit their transfer to a hospital while I'm unsure of your situation. Even though he's literally the one who's been infected and he's just walking around. Anyway, he's an impulsive dictator who prefers shortcuts to his profile. Probably most of this is conveniently twisted half-truths. The king's letter of authorization is being written as we speak. They will contact you once it's been signed and sealed. You can retrieve it then. Let's get this done, Your Highness. You look rather pale. Are you alright? Zawa. There's no problem at all. If Benjamin is pushing so hard because he himself has been infected, considering Hulkenberg's progression, he has 24 hours at most. If we can somehow stave this off for one more day, we'll be able to see the light. You know what that means? That means that Benjamin is gonna go all out now. It's not easy. It's not gonna be a simple thing to hold him off. He's gonna use all the power he has. I still have my final stronghold, which is the button that he gave to Steiner. Could that give him like 24 hours? 40 minutes into special martial law. So that's our new time zone, huh? 40, new time calendar. 40 minutes into special martial law. 1 hour into special law. 2 days into special martial law. I mean, well, it won't exist when Benjamin is dead, so we only have 10 hours max. But it's gonna be a rough 10 hours. That's it. There is no next chapter. We're done. We read all of Hunter x Hunter's Succession War arc again. From zero. Bro, that's so much information. So much. Man, I can't believe how long ago was it when we were reading about Jin and Barristan. Oh man, when they were doing their fight. Bro, that was ages ago. I mean, in real life, but also in story. There's so much content since then. I can barely even remember what we read back then. I already forgot everything. I need to reread. I need to reread. I used to have ideas about like where Jin would be and what would he be doing. And where's Barristan? Like, Jin and Barristan are on this boat. They're on this goddamn boat. But where the hell are they? They haven't showed up in the story in ages. Are they not on the boat? That's loud. Okay. Not to mention, the only thing about Barristan that we've learned since the actual boat has departed, or it's not something we learned, but it's a theory of mine, is that Barristan has Barristan is the person that the cursed beyond children consulted about their curse. So my theory was, hey, what if the only person, the only exorcist that they contacted about this Nin ability happened to be Barristan, and he's manipulating their perspective and manipulating what they think about the curse that's under their tongue, telling them about all this information and about it being a curse. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. Maybe it's something completely different that the ability does, and it doesn't actually just curse somebody to death. Maybe even that thing, that her learning about the curse, what's her name? Oh man, Longi learning about her curse and stuff is also part of the manipulation. That even when she is angry and she's thrashing out against Beyond's plan, she's still playing in his plan. Would be crazy if that was the truth. But for some reason, just something about the way she describes, oh yeah, we went to this Nin exorcist and he told us this. Just that screams Barristan to me. Screams like, oh, Barristan is the one who controls this exorcist, or he is the one pretending to be that exorcist. Maybe that way she won't go looking for another exorcist that will attempt to remove the curse, since he's like, oh yeah, this is insanely deep, dark curse that's placed against you that I can't remove. Maybe that's like conclusion to that. That concludes her her options, I guess, or gives her shuts down the possibility of her trying to exercise the curse any longer, maybe. But that's my guess. It's one of the predictions I guess I'm making. But to be honest, I don't think that prediction is even gonna come out within the next 10 chapters, a batch of 10 chapters. It might eventually be true in 20 years or something, when we finally see like 30 more chapters of the Succession War. Oh man. Bro, I remember before the last batch came out, when we got the hints and Twitter posts of the tree, and everyone was freaking out. Oh my god, there's a tree! There's a tree in the chapter! Oh my god, what's going on? We're finally reaching the Dark Continent, or we're finally ending the first phase of the Voyage. Insane. Oh no, but it turns out it was just the flashback of the Phantom Troop. Yeah, it's just the flashback of the Phantom Troop. No, it's an amazing flashback. But this arc is definitely not ending in the next 10 chapters. Yeah, and as we hear Benjamin say, 4 princes left. If he's counting himself, then he's saying that only Zangle, Lucerus, which are unaccounted for because he can't find them, Zangle and Lucerus, and Soroidnik, because Soroidnik is Soroidnik. He doesn't like him. He's flaming him right here. He's like, oh yeah, it was orchestrated by 4th Prince Soroidnik. That's probably why he's blaming him. If he was already dead, he wouldn't blame him. He would just say, oh yeah, it was Hulkenberg. Or literally he would blame it on Zangle or Lucerus otherwise, if Soroidnik was already dead. So the way the chapter is... the language in the chapter is constructed... Let's check. Yeah. Good thing that I switched away from the official translation. Just 4 more princes to go. Just 4 more. Not just 4 princes in general. You know what? When the new batch of chapters comes out, I'm reading the unofficial stuff, because the official is just ass. I'm gonna be honest. There's so many misspellings and weird ways that sentences are written that I just don't trust it. Just 4 more princes to go. But if you read the official, just 4 princes remain. That means he is a prince and he's remaining. That counts him. But no, 4 more other than him. And the 3 that we got for sure are Soroidnik, Zangle, and Lucerus. Who else would be a target for him? Camilla. Even though I think he probably immediately removed Camilla from existence. I think Camilla could technically still be alive. My guess is she probably isn't. Who else? If we go through them, Benjamin, Camilla. Zangle is already accounted for. Soroidnik is already accounted for. Tubeba. Tubeba is one I've forgotten. So it could be Camilla, could be Tubeba. After Tubeba we have number 6, which is Tyson. Probably not Tyson. I'm just removing that. Number 7, which is Lucerus, which is already accounted for. Number 8, which is Sale, which is already dead. Number 9, which is Hulkenberg, which what does he say about Balsamilko? Currently we are rounding up suspects. The princes were brought up. Some of these suspects were among their private guards. Where does he say that? Soren prepared to attack using a sample of a bioweapon development which was brought on board by a terrorist within the army. By traitors within the army. Currently, we are rounding up suspects and interrogating them. The princes were brought in out of concern for their safety since some of these suspects were among their private guards. Now I'd like to cut through the red tape as swiftly as possible. The princes were brought in out of concern for their safety since some of these suspects were among their private guards. So he's taken the princes away from their guards, is what he's saying. Now I'd like to cut through the red tape as swiftly as possible. We can't live currently. We're currently drafting the royal mandate. Have king. Where did he talk about Samilko? I'm deputy advisor. Interrogate with the powers of the army. I'll use the Justice Bureau as our operations HQ. I'll have you three gentlemen bear witness. I guess that was the different translation. Complete there was a collaborator in my military. Okay, so the official actually mentions that there was a collaborator in my military using a sample of a which was brought in on board by a traitors within the army. So this is a little bit more less explicit, I mean. Which I guess that must be what he actually said. Because if he said, there was a traitor in my under my command, that doesn't sound as good as there was just a traitor in the army that did it. It's almost the same thing, but one of them is a lot more incriminating and a lot less legitimate sounding. And I'm guessing the unofficial translation is probably the more accurate one in this situation. Okay. Damn. Anyway, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. That was actually quite quick, considering the we're reading 5 chapters, just like every stream. It went by much more quickly. I guess some chapters are just way longer than others. But anyway, this concludes the Hunter x Hunter read-through, which means we might do one more stream about predictions, what things I might happen in the next batch of chapters. I still think that we're gonna see a lot more about the 12th day, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. So that's definitely gonna be one of my predictions, but I need to actually predict specific stuff. Like, there always is gonna be people killing people, obviously. But what exactly could we predict? Certain deaths, certain characters using certain abilities. I guess we can do that in the next stream. But after that, we need a new thing to read until new chapters eventually come out. I'm still thinking about Berserk, but we might do other stuff. I'm also, in the meantime, while we figure out what to read next, I'm gonna work on more YouTube videos. I need to actually work on making YouTube videos, because I've not been making anything for a while. So I have another Bleach video in the works. The script, I've ironed it out a little bit more, so expect a Bleach video. If you watch Bleach or at all interested in watching Bleach, there should be a new video coming out sometime soon. I say this and now I'm not gonna make it for another month or something. Oh no. A video will not be released. I will definitely not release a video at all, especially not about Bleach. That's better. Anyway, I want to work a lot more and make more YouTube content and actually get the channel going. We have almost 50 subscribers, and that's pretty cool. The channel is growing little by little. So yeah, if you have any suggestions for what you want me to read next, please leave a comment down below. And if you liked the stream or the series, or you want to see more from me, please subscribe. This is the subscribe button. Yes. Please subscribe and leave a like on the video, and bye bye. Yeah, I didn't place my mouse on the button.